You are listening to Yankton Baseball on KYNT, Yankton's home team. This broadcast is brought to you in part by
Mason Schramm and the Move Group, Hedro, Avera, Truxedo, Culligan Water, USD Athletics, 1919 Root Beer, Rhonda Westland State Farm, Vision Real Estate, Missouri River Associates, Buell's Cleaners, South Dakota Office of the Attorney General, Triple Time Rudy's, H&R Block, Top Notch Cleaners, the UPS Store, Yankton Medical Clinic, Hy-Vee, Olson's Pest Technicians, Gerstner Oil, Vision Care Associates, MT and RC Smith Insurance, First Dakota National Bank, First Chiropractic Centers, Sherco.
Now, let's go to the diamond with KYNT Sports Director and the voice of Yankton Baseball, Bryce Ladwig.
And we are back at it again, Riverside Field here in Yankton. Day 3 and Championship Sunday of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Yankton did secure the second seed in the Yankton pool and are here with the other top 2 seeds from the Yankton and Crofton pool today, including Elk Point Jefferson, who will be at Yankton's competition in the semifinal matchup right in front of us. And those watching on KYNTV, don't be mistaken, it's not Yankton out there. That is the number 1 Yankton seed, or out of the Yankton pool, J.C. Brager from Lincoln Southeast, taking on Norfolk out of Nebraska. And those are the number 1, 2 seeds. Right now, J.C. Brager looking like they're about to punch their ticket to the championship game with the Kyle Mueller Classic, taking on the winner of Elk Point Jefferson and Yankton. This is the Hy-Vee pregame show, Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. And alongside Brayden Butler, as always, Brayden, it's been a very eventful 3 days and just overall, long. You know, these classics, you know, they take a lot of time out of the weekend, but they're worth it because there's been some really excellent baseball here at Riverside Field.
It's been a lot of fun baseball that's been played, a lot of good moments so far. You get to see a team like J.C. Brager out of Lincoln Southeast that's just been very dominant all throughout. They currently lead 4-0. We're in the top of the 7th, so they'll wrap this up. We'll get a short break, and then we'll go to the Yankton, first pitch for Yankton. So it's always fun trying to play it by ear with these games because you never know how long the first one's going to go before it, try to get on time for that. But it's still been a lot of fun this weekend. Little known fact, I have contemplated several times just sleeping in this booth that they have for us up in the press box.
Well, the AC makes it easy.
It does. It would make it easy. You know, the wood floors and wood desks and everything else would not be comfortable, but I could make it work.
Well, I contemplated a cot, but then everyone at the office said, "No, Bryce, you need to sit straight up when you're broadcasting the game."
Why can't I just lay on your side? And the 1-0.
You know, that's the dream. People have dreams, Brayden. That's the dream, all right? No, but excellent crowd on hand, and for all these teams, great support we've seen all weekend, and for a good cause. Kyle Mueller's family, of course, like Kyle Mueller. In his honor, of course, all the money being raised to a scholarship for one post-12 Legion player. And it's just a great cause and a great weekend of baseball, as always. Last year's a reminder that Yankton fell to J.C. Brager. I had that written down. I think it was 12-6, but it was about 2-upping on Yankton's score, somewhere in that range. But J.C. Brager over Yankton in the championship game. Last year, J.C. Brager out of Lincoln Southeast has come to this tournament and won, I believe, 3 or 4 years in a row and has always competed very highly. One of the best teams in that area in Nebraska. And as we already mentioned, Brayden, looking like they're going to punch their ticket to the championship game here at the Classic. And Yankton trying to do the same. Maybe we can have a rematch of last year. However, Yankton needs to get by Elk Point Jefferson, who comes in with a 4-0 Legion record. Yankton 5-1 entering the game. And we'll talk all about the matchup as we move forward here in the Hy-Vee pregame show. We'll take a break, come back, and continue here from Riverside Field, the Kyle Mueller Classic.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh combines the speedy service of a convenience store with the surprising selection of the fresh foods and ready-to-eat meals you expect from Hy-Vee. While you fill up your gas tank, you can grab grocery staples including fresh produce and fresh bakery items too, or grab fresh meals or snacks. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you, so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
At Triple Time Rudy's, you get convenient access to quality fuel products. Plus, you'll also find quality South Dakota products like Dimmock cheese and premium meats from the Kaler and Renner lockers. With a local-friendly feel and unique product offering, Triple Time Rudy's is your local convenience store that supports schools and events and provides fuel discounts to Yankton's largest employers. For all of your daily fill-ups and convenience needs, pull into Triple Time Rudy's at 17th and Broadway.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production roles on our weekday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer, shipping clerk, and receiving supervisor. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit realtruck.com/careers for more information and to apply.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
And welcome back to Riverside Fields. Jump into our standings review brought to you by Rhonda Westland State Farm Insurance. Let Rhonda review your current home, auto, or life insurance to see if she can help you save some money. That's Rhonda Westland State Farm. And also our out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Upper Midwest Garage Door, specializing in the sales, installation, and service of residential and commercial garage doors and openers throughout eastern South Dakota. Upper Midwest Garage Doors, your local authorized Clo-Pay dealer. Brayden, will you set the table for us here on third day, Championship Sunday of the Kyle Mueller Classic?
So we'll take a look at, obviously, Championship Sunday. We have a final score already, just as we were coming back from break. J.C. Brager out of Southeast Lincoln and Norfolk, they wrapped up their game. Brager would go back to the championship game again, their own little mini dynasty in the Kyle Mueller Classic. They won 4-1 over Norfolk. It was a very good pitcher's duel. There was one inning where Brager was able to jump out, get a couple runs on the board, and that really sealed it in the end. Norfolk put one up in the seventh, but wasn't enough in the end. 4-1. J.C. Brager advances to this afternoon's championship game. We'll see who they're facing next between Elk Point, Jefferson, and Yankton. We'll look at each team's kind of path to this one for your standings review. Is Yankton was the 2 seed out of the Yankton pool. They defeated Sioux Falls Post 15 7-4, then fell to Lincoln Southeast 4-1. J.C. Brager. And then back-to-back wins, 10-6 over York and 8-0 over Vermilion yesterday, got them into Championship Sunday. Elk Point Jefferson is perfect so far in this one. So they defeated Norfolk 8-4 and Yankton's Junior Legion 10-0 on Friday. Try to get my days all together. And then they defeated Hardington 8-0 and Crofton 7-5 yesterday. They are perfect heading into this one. Pair of teams that are looking to punch their ticket to the championship game. No matter what, it will be South Dakota versus Nebraska. If you want to look at it that way, we'll see which team will be representing the great state when we go through about 7 innings of this one.
Well, maybe that's a story idea for Eric Bean out of the Yankton Press in Dakotan. Has walked into our booth, and now that I put him on the spot, I don't think he ever will again. No, but
he's here by invitation, so don't shame him.
He is here by invitation. No, it's. I'm looking forward to it, Brayden. I think that there's this is why there's Championship Sunday. You have the best out of the teams. There's been a lot of good teams in this classic at both sites. And I think no matter what, we're going to have a good one in front of us. I want to take this moment on live on air for the whole world, Brayden, to wish a happy 5th anniversary to my beautiful bride, Katie Ladwig. She is actually in Minneapolis with the kiddos right now, visiting family, as she knows I was busy all weekend with the Kyle Mueller Classic. You know, priorities, Brayden. Priorities. But happy 5th anniversary to her. It's been an amazing 5 years, and I am the luckiest man in the world.
I know. Congratulations to both of you. I know.
I think I earned 5 points.
5?
5 brownie points.
Maybe 6.
That's Katie, man.
Don't push it too much. So. But yeah, congratulations to both of you guys. 5 years. Like that's. I don't want to make you guys feel old, but it's basically a quarter of my life right now, as I'm only 22. So congratulations to both of you guys. And I know, knowing you for the last year and getting a chance to meet Katie multiple times, you guys are great, and I'm happy for both of you.
Appreciate it so much. So again, happy anniversary, and. To Katie Ladwig. We're going to take a break here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. We'll come back with our pregame coach interview here from Riverside Field.
Ease and confidence should be at the top of our minds when it comes to banking. But if your finances are clouding your future, call First Dakota National Bank. Supporting our local communities since 1872, we're here to help with personal, business, and ag banking solutions. We're ready to dream big alongside you. Whatever your financial needs or goals, First Dakota is ready to help. Member FDIC.
Oh, Sheboygan, I just can't get you off my mind.
Picnics, family reunions, cookouts, all activities that are a part of this time of the year. And nothing goes better with your get-together than Sheboygan brats, sausages, wieners, and all-beef hot dogs. Get Sheboygan at your local Hy-Vee today. Produced with pride at Simple Meats in Yankton.
The way it tastes is simply divine. I got Sheboygan on my mind. Sheboygan.
Everyone deserves a competent, compassionate, comfortable medical team. At Yankton Medical Clinic PC, we are your medical team. We know you. We know your medical history and work together to help solve your medical puzzle. With all your medical history in one chart, our physicians truly know you and provide continuity of care. The team at Yankton Medical Clinic facilitates access and communication with specialists on your behalf. At Yankton Medical Clinic, we really do provide so much care, so close to home. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
So, you need a new vehicle. What's the best vehicle for you? Where do you get financing? What's your trade worth? Answer all these questions and more at BillionAuto.com. You can compare 16 new car brands and thousands of used vehicles, all in the palm of your hand at BillionAuto.com. Plus, estimate the trade value of your vehicle in 2 easy steps. It's car buying made easy. Apply for credit pre-approval at BillionAuto.com. All applications accepted, not all approved.
FNBO is the great big small bank, and for more than 165 years, we've been with you where you are. A bank that's ready for all your needs, both big and small. Here to help you earn more, save more, so you can do more every step of the way. It's what you can expect from the great big small bank. FNBO, independent and family owned for 6 generations, and ever so focused on you. Stop on by or visit us at fnbo.com, member FDIC.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Hey, welcome back to the Hy-Vee pregame show. It's time for our pregame coach interview brought to you by 1919 Root Beer, the creamiest full-body draft root beer available. You can find it on tap at Charlie's Pizza or in cans at Yankton Hy-Vee. This pregame coach interview was pulled from the last contest this team had. Caught up with the coach in our postgame coach interview. We'll jump right into that conversation. Coach, great victory for Yankton in every aspect of the game. Matthew Sheldon, 50% of his batters faced strikeouts. I'd say it's a good night on the mound.
Yeah, Matthew's been like that every outing. He's got electric stuff, and he's around the zone, and he's really fun to watch. he had an outing early in the high school season, and then when his next time the rotation came around, he had a little bit of arm soreness, nothing major, but he was just like, it's a little sore. So I was just a little cautious with him throughout the whole spring and wanted to make sure that that I had him when we needed to, which is at the end of this season. So that's nothing surprising by us on what he can do, and he's going to always do that when he goes out there, and he's an impressive talent.
Drew Rankin, 3 for 3, 2 RBIs, and a great. He's really had a really good Kyle Mueller Classic just in general.
Yeah, he has, and he had a really good game today. And some good hits. It's fun to see. It's good to see some kids get some hits, but that's what we needed him to start producing at the plate from the end of the spring season till now, like we're used to. So it's good to see again.
Championship Sunday tomorrow. I believe our one semester math major Brayden has confirmed is Elk Point Jefferson. And that will be, so obviously the second seed out of the Yankton pool being Yankton, and then Elk Point Jefferson, the 1 seed coming from the Crofton pool. What do you know about the team? Not much?
I know they're pretty good. That's about it. I know they had a good high school season. I know they're going to be ready to play. I didn't know we were playing them until now. But we'll be ready, and I know they will be too. So
it's Brayden's math you're depending on.
I believe it. I'm with him.
You're with him, 100%.
What is that, 1 o'clock?
Yep, so 1 o'clock here at Riverside Field tomorrow, and Yankton playing on the third day, and that's what it's all about, right, Coach? Getting here to the third day, and just an excellent weekend of baseball it's been so far.
Yep, and this whole tournament is for Kyle Mueller, and his family was able to throw out the first pitch today, which is really cool. And we're creating a scholarship that we're going to hand out to one of our players that the Mueller family will pick, and so we're really excited about it. But just a good family atmosphere down here that we enjoy, and that's what Yankton baseball is all about.
Cooper Grotenheis almost got his head taken off by a pitch. I don't know if you saw that during the.
Oh yeah, I did. I was watching.
He caught one, and then he didn't see another one come at his face. So we were laughing pretty hard at that.
Good.
But no, but it's been a good, like you said, good family outing here over the weekend, and congratulations to you and the team, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, Coach.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Again, that was part of the post-game coach interview from the last time around, but we will take a break here on the Hy-Vee pregame show, KYNT at KYNTV.
Make sure your grass is always greener with a new John Deere mower from your local C&B. Big or small, let the experts at C&B help you find the mower or utility tractor that'll help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out the John Deere Z-Track mowers, or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with projects of all sizes. Go green this spring at C&B. Learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com. That's DEER equipment.com.
Whether it's to watch the game, eat out with family, or grab lunch with friends, Checkers Sports Bar and Grill is everyone's favorite place to eat. Checkers' menu has mouth-watering burgers, satisfying sandwiches and wraps, and of course, wings. With 18 specialty wing flavors, there's a sauce for everyone. Like to mix it up? Try their sauce of the month. Head to Checkers Tuesday to Thursday, 4 to 11, and Friday to Sunday, 11 to 11. On Walnut, just north of 4th Street in Yankton.
For work or play, JJ Benji's has got you covered.
JJ Benji's can help your company or business with the right look for employees.
Logoed clothing for casual Fridays, new employees, or daily wear.
The latest styles and materials. Give your team the look you want.
Speaking of team, if you watch the Bucks, Gazelles, or Lancers play,
JJ Benji's is filled with a variety of gear in stock.
For fans from infants to grandparents.
JJ Benji's, 201 Pine Street, Yankton.
For work or play, let JJ Benji's make you look good.
When I'm looking for inspiration, I find it playing ukulele. Music inspires me to be bold and self-expressive. It teaches me how to turn life experiences into art and find new ways to connect with those around me. How do you show your imaginative side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Olson Pest Technicians is a family-owned business since 1966, and with over 50 years of pest management, they understand your issues, and their well-trained team will help you solve your pest problems. Issues with cockroaches, ants, bedbugs, bats, termites, spiders, rats, mice, or other creepy crawling pests? Give your home a fresh start and use the proven method of fumigation to take care of your pest problem. Olson's Pest Technicians will thoroughly get rid of pests so you can rest easy again. Call Olson Pest today, 800-KILL-BUG. That's 1-800-KILBUGS.
Throw another burger on the grill because barbecue season has arrived. It's up at the lake, out in the park, and right here in Yankton. Get the family together and head down to Lewis and Clark Lake to make the most of these summer days while they last. On your way, stop by Shop Easy, south of Yankton, for everything you need, from snacks to drinks to paper plates. Barbecue season, powered locally at Cenex. Shop Easy, owned and operated by the Santee Sioux Nation, is open 24 hours for your convenience.
When you need to be sure, make it Sureco. For over 40 years, Sureco has been revolutionizing the tarping industry. From the original Sherlock side-to-side roll tarp to the 4500 series electric tarp to the ProTrap electric hoppers, Sureco has been exceeding the needs of farms and fleets across the U.S. and beyond. When only the best will do, give us a call at 1-800-474-8756 or find us online at Sureco.com. Make it Sureco.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please pull forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. We're getting set to get going here from Riverside Field as wind kicks up a little bit. Just hit me in the face coming out of the window. It's the Hy-Vee pregame show here on KYNT. We talk about a couple of our keys to the game, players to watch as well. Starting with the vision of the game, your key to victory for Yankton. And your vision of the game is brought to you by Vision Real Estate, where their focus is always on you. Having two segments start with vision throws off the brain sometimes. But vision of the game brought to you by Vision Real Estate. It's going to be to reduce the errors in the field, some solid fielding behind the pitcher on the mound today, who will be Mark Cottle. We'll talk about more on him in a little bit. But errors have been a slight issue for Yankton in their game so far. They had 4 errors in their game against York yesterday. It didn't end up hurting them as they won that game 10-6. But if you look at the game where they had the fewest errors, was last night against Vermilion. They did not commit a single error, won that game 8-0, ended after the 5th inning as well. So when the Yankees are able to cut down on those errors, have solid defense behind the pitcher, they are a very good team out in the field. Talking about the pitcher, so we'll go to your starting pitcher preview brought to you by Missouri River Associates. Looking for insurance agents that have the knowledge to point you in the right direction? Contact Missouri River Associates in Yankton. Mark Cottle, the gamer, is going to be on the mound today for Yankton Post 12. Looking at his stats so far this season, he's only pitched 4 innings. He's faced 21 batters and thrown 64 pitches. He's 1-0 on the season. And it has kind of been a tale of 2 games for Mark Cottle. One game came in, shut it down in relief, had a very good hour. It's a tale of 3 games. He's appeared in 3 so far this season. And 2 games, came in relief, shut it down late. And in one of those games, got into a little bit of trouble, but was able to battle back out of it, and Yankton ended up winning that game. So if the Mark Cottle that we can expect on that mound, when he's settled and he's in his groove, he is a very good pitcher, especially for a guy who's very young, just finished his sophomore year at Yankton High School as well. So that's your starting pitcher preview, brought to you by Missouri River Associates. And finally, your Vision Leader of the Season, brought to you by Vision Care Associates. Looking for the highest quality eye care with a personal touch? Call Vision Care Associates today to schedule eye evaluations for everyone. Or visit visioncareassociates.net. Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first. It's going to be Rugby Riken here. He has had a good start to, I think good might be understating. He's had a great start to the Legion season so far through 6 games. He carries a .412 batting average, an on-base percentage of .500, OPS of .912. He has 7 hits, 2 RBIs. He's scored 8 runs. He's walked only once, but he's been able to get on base through he's been hit by a pitch a couple times, and that's just part of him playing close to the plate. He knows that if pitchers try to work inside on him, they're going to give him a free base if they let it slip too far, and he's willing to take that hit and take it for the team. And another big thing about him is just aggressive base running, as he has been sensational this season, leading the team with 7 stolen bases. As a unit, though, through 6 games, Yankton already has 24 stolen bases, an average of 4 per game. But they've been kicking that up, it feels like, during this Kyle Mueller Classic. So that's something to keep an eye on today. Rugby Riken, your Vision Leader of the Season, brought to you by Vision Care Associates, your player to watch at the plate today. Going to go to break here again on KYNT, KYNTV. Come back. Hopefully we'll have starting lineups, and we'll get close to first pitch here on the Hy-Vee pregame show. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
This sports season, keep your athlete hydrated with sparkling ice. Choose from a rainbow of colors and flavors, each sourced from nature with vitamins, antioxidants, and zero sugar. Sparkling ice. Tease your taste buds with tropical flavor. And rehydrate with Prime Hydration, the perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. CoreTrust helps your business thrive with checking, online bill pay, small business loans, credit card processing, local approval and support for government grants and loans, investments to grow your hard-earned assets, and insurance to protect them. All from CoreTrust, the community bank that's right down the street and everywhere you want us to be. Visit CoreTrustBank.com today.
Member FDIC.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we see patients from 1 to 101.
Come experience our gentle touch while you relax in our massage chairs and watch TV. Patients are loving our new digital scanner. No more ooey gooey gaggy impressions.
We'd love to meet you, and we're always accepting new patients. Call 665-2530 to make an appointment. Elwood Family Dental Care, where we take care of the entire family.
Looking left the entire way. Feed route wide open. Carter Bell. Touchdown, South Dakota. And the Coyotes extend the lead.
Be a part of the fun inside the Dakota Dome this fall. South Dakota football season tickets are available now. The Coyotes' 6-game home schedule opens September 9th against St. Thomas and includes games against rivals South Dakota State and North Dakota. Season ticket packages are the best value and are available at goyotes.com. We are South Dakota.
I'm Lenny, and I've worked at Hedro since 2013. Some say hydro, but it's Hedro. Simply put, we bring aluminum to life by shaping it into the things the world needs. We're global and in over 40 countries. There are 23 plant locations in the U.S., and Yankton is the second largest. This means a career at Hedro is strong and promising, with a great chance to move up or move around. Be a part of a bigger story, a story shaped by you. Jobs.hedro.com.
Do you really think it's a good idea to buy insurance off the internet? After all, it is insurance. It's not a commodity like a toaster. It's a contract to protect what you value most: your home, your car, your business, your health, and even your life. You need a professional, in-person agent to make sure you have the right coverage to fit your family's needs. Schedule an appointment with us today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Attention homeowners, if you've been on the fence about selling, I'd love the opportunity to visit with you. With low inventory, now would be a good time. Call me, Deb Speck at Vision Real Estate. I'll provide you with a free market analysis and a no-pressure approach. Call me at 605-664-5555 to find out if now is the right time to make a move.
And welcome back to Riverside Field and the Hy-Vee pregame show. Bryce Ladwig alongside Brayden Butler. And we are getting closer to first pitch of the semifinals of the Kyle Mueller Classic. We're debating with ourselves whether Yankton is the away team in this, which would be weird. But they are the number 2 seed versus the number 1 seed out of the Crofton pool of Elk Point Jefferson. So I guess we will find out, Brayden, here shortly, and also adjust the scoreboard and things accordingly, but that is okay. And
Yeah, it would be interesting. It is interesting to think about Yankton being the road team on what is their home field, their home turf. They're partly turf, partly field, whatever you want to call it here at Riverside Field. But sometimes that's just how seeding works in these scenarios, where they might be forced to be the road team for first time since I've started helping call baseball at Riverside Field.
Yeah, and if Yankton does make the championship, they're going to take a break in between. There will be for those watching, there will be a new KYNTV broadcast that will be launched. But as far as us on the radio portion, I think we're just going to go ahead and just kind of do extensive breaks and chats and not do an entire new pregame. We'll just kind of treat it like a doubleheader and move on to Championship Sunday, because they never really take the full time, as we've noticed. It's whenever every team's ready and they're good to go, and we want to make sure that we have everything covered for you in full. Your colors of the game today are brought to you by Buell's Cleaners, offering dry cleaning, laundry, and business services like linens, rags, rugs, and uniforms. Buell's Cleaners, 444 3rd Street in Yankton. Yankton in their home white tops, white bottoms, and red caps, and Elk Point Jefferson in their very much blue tops and white pants and blue caps. Actually, almost kind of very similar uniforms, Brayden. Actually, if you look across, just red versus blue, and very similar as well. And then you have your fans of the game. They're brought to you by Triple Time Rudy's. No matter what you drive, make sure to fuel up at Triple Time Rudy's. 5 cents off each gallon of fuel on Saturdays. Just say you are a fan of KYNT or KYNTV. Also, open invitation to those if you want to stop by my pickup, you can put gas in it. Just don't take any out, but you may fuel up my truck for me. And as always, Brayden, we have the rule that if you bring us a hot dog up here, that we will give you a shout out.
Still haven't got a dog.
I did get a dog last year doing that.
Oh, really?
So I found success.
If it works once, you got to keep trying it.
Yeah, so eventually someone will be like, hey, when I get there, I'm going to go get a hot dog for Bryce. And if you want 2 shout outs, for Brayden as well. See, Brayden, I took care of you.
For the first time, I've been taken care of.
For the first time, I haven't mentioned you in my free hot dog escapades. No, but good crowd on hand today, the fans of the game. Yankton, of course, showing in full force. But these other away teams, Brayden, they made a trip out of it. Obviously, over a 2 or 3 day span, they brought a lot of crowd with them.
It's easier for some of the closer teams, like if Crofton or Hartington had made it over, be about 30 miles away, similar with Elk Point Jefferson. But it's a jaunt from Lincoln for a team like J.C. Brager coming from the southeast side of the city. So I don't have the Google Maps distance from here to Norfolk in my head, so I apologize, but I assume it's a decent trip from them as well. And there's a good crowd on hand for Game 1 between both those Nebraska teams, so it's obviously there's more people still filing in as we're getting ready to go for Game 2 between on the South Dakota side of this thing, if you really want to look at it that way.
And so shout out to those at the KYNTV Watch Party location, Finney's Sports Bar and Casino, with more TVs and a new improved menu. Bring your friends and family to Finney's for every game. And we're going to go ahead and thank our umpires. They're brought to you by the South Dakota Office of the Attorney General. They are the law on the field. Our field conditions are brought to you by C&B Equipment in Yankton. And make sure you navigate around your yard with John Deere lawnmowers from C&B Equipment in Yankton. Today's first pitch temperature is, as I scramble to check the temperature. You think I would have that open one of these days, Brayden, before I start saying this.
Hey, even the greatest minds forgot sometimes.
86 degrees. That's a baseball weather there. And coming from the east, around 8 miles per hour. And your starting lineups are brought to you by First Car Project Center, making life better one adjustment at a time. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Brayden will run through those lineups for you. The Hy-Vee pregame show, KYNT, KYNTV.
Owning your own home or business is more than walls, floors, and a roof. It's what's inside that matters most. Protect your assets, your cherished keepsakes, and your family with a home security system professionally installed by Yankton Computer and Network Services. They have the devices and expert technicians to help you protect what matters most. Call Yankton Computer and Network Services 664-2222 or stop at 1901 Broadway.
And welcome back to Riverside Field, Day 3, or the Championship Sunday of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Elk Point Jefferson versus Yankton Post-12 Legion Baseball. Your starting lineups are brought to you again by First Chiropractic Center, making life better, one adjustment at a time. Brayden?
Part of me was hoping that one of the teams would take the field before we get to this, because usually I like to go over the team that starts the first inning out in the field, go over their field positions, and the team that's batting, go through their batting order. Yankton is in the home team dugout, but maybe they just prefer that dugout, and since they have seniority over Riverside Field. But we're going to treat it as if Yankton is the home team and they will start out in the outfield. So starting in the outfield for Yankton today will be Rugby Riken out in left, Cody Oswald in center, and Isaiah Skelhaas in right. Very similar to how they've lined up for multiple games so far this season. In the infield, Matthew and Josh Sheldon flip sides of the diamond. Josh Sheldon will be playing third base with Matthew at first. Drew and Mac Riken make up the middle infield with Drew at short and Mac at second. Your battery today, Jason McCorkle behind the plate and Mark Cottle on the mound.
Thank you, Brayden. We have our national anthem around the corner, I believe. I was about to ask you the same question you're probably about to ask me, Brayden. What was going on out here? There was a lot of silence, and then I thought it was a national anthem, and I realized, no, everyone was just kind of...
And it's not even like, it made me think maybe there's a moment of silence. Obviously, this tournament is in memorial of Kyle Mueller, but I could hear the beat of a song coming through the speakers. So, yeah, it's interesting to say the least. It looks like Yankton is going to be ruled as the road team as I see them with bats and helmets on.
Well,
so
I'll scramble to our broadcast software here and change some scoreboard stuff up.
While you're flipping that, we're going to go through Yankton again, and I apologize for having that backwards, but we're going to go through their batting order. So it will be Mac Riken leading off, followed by Rugby Riken in the 2-hole, Lucas Kamshoff, the designated hitter, batting third, Matthew Sheldon, the cleanup man, first base, Drew Riken batting fifth for the shortstop, Cody Oswald batting sixth in center, Jace McCorkle seventh at the catcher position, Josh Sheldon eighth at third base, and Isaiah Skelhaas rounds out the order, batting ninth, playing right field. Out in the field for EPJ, Elk Point Jefferson, as they are the official home team here. Top seed coming out of the Crofton pool. In the out for Gim, it will be Tayson Swatek out in left field. Center field, Noah McDermott. Right field, Evan Haley. We go around the horn in the diamond. Third base, Ty Trometer. He'll be wearing number 9 today. Shortstop, Ben Swatek. Second baseman, Hunter Geary. First baseman, Jordan Anderson. Catcher, Jake Gale, and pitcher, Keaton Gale. That is your battery for this game. No designated hitter on the roster, so all 9 players out in the field will be batting for themselves, at least to start this game.
And the semifinal, again, of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Winner of this will take on J.C. Brager out of Lincoln Southeast in the championship game if weather holds today. Beautiful day, but as you said, Brayden, you're trying to ruin my day earlier by telling me there is rain, possible rain on the forecast.
It is forecasted a little after 3 p.m., so this game has potential to get done before we'd get there, but I don't know how that would affect the championship. I don't want to give out percentages too much and risk spoiling anything, or risk jinxing anything, but it was over 50 at last check. So here's hoping we get a clear skies and the weatherman was wrong, which, I'm usually when the weatherman's wrong, I wonder how they can be wrong and still keep their job. But then again, reading the weather's hard. I can't read a book, so.
So random.
Listen.
I can't read a book.
So peek inside my mind there. I felt like I was slandering the weatherman community too hard, so I had to turn it back against myself to balance it out.
I get it.
There's my mental psyche going into this game, and now we can talk about baseball because Mac Riken's up at the plate.
Mac Riken, thank you as we try to scramble back. Mac Riken at the plate for Yankton. His first pitch is sent right into the net in front of us, 0-1. Again, on the mound, Keaton Gale for Elk Point Jefferson. Thanks for joining us here, KYNT, KYNTV. Expecting an excellent matchup today in a semifinal round. Gale delivers the right arm and strike called on the outside edge, 0-2. We've mentioned it a few times over the Kyle Mueller Classic. Mac Riken, a great spring season for the Yankton Bucks and a good start to the Legion season, but he's had kind of a down Kyle Mueller Classic. Did get a hit in a game ago, but just overall just kind of hit into some bad luck as the 0-2 is sent flaring foul down the right field line into the Yankton bullpen.
Mac Riken, as you mentioned, he I think struggled is the right word here in the Kyle Mueller Classic, but he has had hard hit balls. It's just, unfortunately, the defense has been in the right places at the right time.
Enters this game 211 average, a 286 on base. And this one is hit over to third. The throw is up and scooped out at first. So a 5-3 put out to get things started here for Yankton.
That's a good example of what we're talking about, too, where it's a hard hit ball on the ground. If it's a few more feet to the right or left of the third baseman, he's not going to get to it, and Mac's standing on first right now.
And that brings up rumbling Rugby Riken. As Gale delivers. Fastball, strike on the outside, 0-1.
Rugby was our vision leader of the season in the pregame. He comes in with a .412 batting average, on base plus slugging of .912. He was also leading the team in stolen bases with 7. The number 2 on the team in stolen bases currently has 4, and that is Mac Riken.
And Rugby lifts this one out toward right, and it is just foul, about 3 feet down the line. And count will be 0-2. Good contact, though, from Rugby, driving it opposite side.
Now, Rugby Riken does not have an extra base hit so far this season, which is weird to think about considering how often he just makes his way to third base one way or another. It just proves how good he is at getting on base and getting around the base paths.
And Gale set to deliver. Here's the 0-2. And a breaking ball misses low, 1-2 count. What noise just came out of one of the dugouts?
Yes. Anyway, I do love some of the chirping from these teams.
Oh, me too.
Sometimes it doesn't need to make sense. It just has to throw off whoever you're trying to chirp, whether that be the batter or the pitcher.
The 1-2. This one is sent very much foul into the parking lot. Foul ball is brought to you by Midwest Insurance Agency. You don't want the crack of the bat to end in the crack of your windshield and not have adequate insurance coverage. Let Midwest Insurance find the right coverage for your vehicles. 1-2 count. Gale taking a long time on the mound, shaking off his catcher. And pitch misses just outside the zone. Bringing this count even at 2-2.
Riken went down 0-2 in this count, and he's showing off the discipline and the vision at the plate. He's taken 2 balls that have been close on the inside part, and then he fouled off the one that he couldn't really drive, just protecting.
The 2-2 to Rugby out in front of it, swings through. The throw does have to be made down to first, and it is made in time, getting Rugby. So that will be a strikeout for Keaton Gale, and I just now realized that the other Gale behind the plate, in knowing South Dakota and Nebraska, knowing both, right? Both the 2 states that are in this final day. When's the last name? There's a 95% chance it's either a brother or a cousin.
And it's true for the Yankton side of things. So I didn't want to be the one that brought it up because I have a fear of being wrong, which is surprising considering how often I am wrong.
Well, at the very least, Brayden, they could be brothers in the sense of their teammates. So there you
They're
go.
brothers on the field, potentially in the household as well.
Or their parents were brothers. So, and 1-0 now makes it 2-0 at the plate. Lucas Kamshoff, if memory serves, did not hit in the last game. He did pinch run though for Yankton, the final game of yesterday versus Vermilion. He has a 2-0. And flares this one foul behind us here in the press box.
And Kamshoff been primarily used as a designated hitter during this classic, and with Matthew Sheldon starting on the mound in the last game, they didn't go to a DH for Yankton, so no, he did not hit. He did use. He was used, as you mentioned, as a pinch runner, primarily for Matthew Sheldon.
And the 2-1. And a strike called on the outside brings count 2-2. Keaton Gale, out of all the pitchers we've seen this Legion and spring season, Brayden, he seems like he's the pitcher that takes the longest on the mound. Not in a bad way, just a lot more deliberate up there. Here's the 2-2. Curveball hits the inside zone, and Lucas Kamshoff set down on strikes. So no hits, no runs, no one left on as we enter the bottom of inning number 1 here at Riverside Field. It's the semifinal round of the Kyle Mueller Classic.
Want to keep Yankton local businesses thriving? Buy Yankton Thrive Bucks gift cards. I'm Nancy Winandy, CEO of Yankton Thrive. Our Thrive Bucks gift cards are great for any occasion, and they make sure your dollars are being spent here in Yankton. The gift cards are sponsored by Kopetsky's Ace, but you can use them at 30 different locations here in Yankton. And they come in a variety of amounts, from $5 to $500. See the list of locations and buy them online at yanktonsd.com or stop by the Yankton Thrive office.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MT&RC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
And welcome back to Riverside Field-Yankton baseball semifinal round. Kyle Mueller Classic. Winner takes on J.C. Brager out of Lincoln Southeast for the championship game following this one. And it is Hunter Geary stepping to the plate for Elk Point Jefferson. Second baseman for EPJ. 0-1 count as Mark Cottle flares one in there for a strike. Brayden already went over his stats in the pregame, but when you get opportunity, go over them again, would you? A two-hopper over to third. And it is Josh Sheldon throwing him out across the diamond. Yeah, Matthew Sheldon and Josh Sheldon, as you I think also had mentioned, Brayden, they have flip-flopped their usual positions.
Yeah, no, usually Josh at first, Matthew at third. Ends in a similar outcome that we've seen most of the year, though, with a ground out going across the diamond. And the Sheldon's hooking up. But looking at, excuse me once again, need to get that cleared up by the next time here, during the next break. But looking at Mark Cottle on the year, he's got 4 innings pitched in a couple of appearances. Tale of 2 appearances for him. One game he was lights out and shut it down. Second game he got into a little bit of trouble but was able to battle out of it.
And the 1-0, and this one is sent out toward right and into the glove of Isaiah Skelhaas, 2 away. So an F9 in your official scorebook brings up Ben Swatek, the shortstop for EPJ.
I say a tale of 2 games for Cottle because his official stat sheet says a 7 ERA, and all of those runs coming in the second game that I'm mentioning, because the first time he came in and shut him down, shut him out.
And ball misses on the outside, 1-0. Pitch makes it into the zone on the inside portion. I was going to say missed again, but 1-1 count. Mark Cottle to Ben Swatek. Bottom of inning number 1. It's weird to say. With Yankton not at bat here at Riverside. 2-1 count.
Throws off the whole flow.
It really does. And this one is lifted into foul territory. Skelhaas gives chase into the fence of the Yankton bullpen. And it is a foul ball. Count remains 2-2.
See a young fan getting into the bullpen for that ball, so congratulations.
That's a $1.
You just got $1. $1's a lot of money when...
Not yet. He has to deliver it yet. The other kids, there's rival ball gatherers. And that is a strikeout from Mark Cottle. Hit the inside portion of the plate. And Ben Swatek set down on strike. So after 1, no hits, no runs, and no one left on. We're not up at 0. I want to thank a few of our sportscaster partners. Amongst them, America's Best Realty. Tired of renting or apartment living? Ready to upgrade or own your own home? Call America's Best Realty at 260-1600 and unlock the American dream. In Boston Shoes to Boots. Footwear expert since 1915, Boston Shoes to Boots carries high-quality work boots, casual, athletic, and dress shoes for men and women. Located at 313 Cedar or bostonshoestoboots.com. And Elwood Family Dental Care, where they take care of the entire family and are always welcoming new patients. We'll be back in 30 seconds here from Riverside Field.
Vision Care Associates provides the latest in technology, Optimap laser imaging. Optimap allows for a great exam of your eyes without dilating drops. Our doctors are able to show you what the actual inside of your eye looks like during your exam. Having images of your eyes each year means that problems are caught early, and no dilating drops is a big benefit as well.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. It is top of inning number 2. And setting us up here for Yankton is Matthew Sheldon at first today.
Yeah, Sheldon at first today. Started at pitcher last night, had a good game. He's had a decent season at the plate as well. Averaged just over 200, but he has an on-base percentage over 400.
Keaton Gale delivers, and the pitch is up in the zone for a strike. 0-1. And Sheldon. Powerful right-handed bat. Had a triple in recent memory. Can't remember if that was a spring season or not. And hits this one hard out toward left, and going back is Swatek at the warning track. Hits the fence, and it is Sheldon digging for a 2. And a stand-up double for Matthew Sheldon. Look at me. I just spoke it into existence, Brayden.
Another extra base hit there for Matthew Sheldon. That's his second double of the season. Stat I was going to bring up, but he got on base before it really mattered. He is leading the team in RBIs, so usually when he's coming up in a clutch situation, he's going to put those runners across. Obviously, leading off this inning, they're not there, but it's exactly what you want from your cleanup hitter.
And that brings up Drew Reichen, who had a really excellent day yesterday and overall a great start to this season. As a pitch hits the outside, 0-1.
You know, looking at Drew Reichen's game 2 yesterday, 3 for 3 with a couple RBIs, had a triple in there as well.
As Keaton Gale checking over at Matthew Sheldon. Has the sign he wants.
Really capped off a great day in general for Drew, as he had 3 walks in the first game yesterday as well.
Yeah, we kept saying 0 for 0 as he shows bunt and fouls it. So 0-1 count. Or 0-2 rather.
That 3-walk game yesterday really boosted his stats, but he's leading the team in walks as Drew Reichen with 5 on the year. He also has 3 stolen bases, so when he gets on base, he can be a menace as well.
So Drew Reichen will step out, adjust his batting gloves. So I was wondering for a second, Brayden, I was like, man, should Matthew Sheldon be on third, right? Because the way that was hit. However, I was going to see if he was kind of watching the ball a little bit, as this one's sent foul by Drew Reichen and out of play. Foul ball is brought to you by Midwest Insurance Agency. You don't want the crack of the bat to end in the crack of your windshield and not have adequate insurance coverage. Let Midwest Insurance find the right coverage for your vehicles. But I was wondering maybe he's doing a little ball watching. No, he was hustling. However, he hit it so hard it got to the fence fast, and that's what happened.
You see that a lot in the major leagues, in Boston especially, with those hard hit balls off the monster. Just balls that should be triples. Sometimes they don't even get past first base because they're back in so quickly.
Drew Reichen lifts this one out to center. It is gloved by McDermott. And so an F8. And that brings up Cody Oswald. Now, if anyone on this team knows how to hit a triple, it is Cody Oswald.
He is one of 2 players on the team this season with a triple. So,
runner in scoring position for Cody Oswald. A powerful, speedy left-hander. Takes the ball on the inside, 1-0.
Cody also had a couple good games yesterday. Had a couple RBI, a double, or 3 RBI, a double, and a single in game 1, and then another RBI and that triple in game 2.
And he strike on the inside. And going is Matthew Sheldon. He caught the defense sleeping, and us even. As I look up, he's halfway to third. So Matthew Sheldon saw the third base kind of off the bag. And the pitcher really paying him no mind and decided, oh, I'll take the free bag. And we talk about that a lot, Brayden, with Coach Drew Lawrence as well. The aggressive base running. We'll get to that in a second. Here's the 1-1 to Cody Oswald. 1 away. And runner at third. He slices this one, just fouled on left field line. But that aggressive base running and how important it is for Yankton.
And, it's something Coach Lawrence has talked about in the post-game interviews with you, Bryce, right here on KYNT. It's just they're not going to stop running, and it's been proven so far this year they're hard to catch on the base paths as a team. 24 stolen bases and a stolen base percentage over 92% coming into today's game. So they're not getting caught that often either when they're sending them.
And Cody Oswald has a 1-2 count. And curveball is sent to right outside of Yankton County.
Look like Cody was sitting on the off-speed pitch the entire way, just maybe sat a hair too long as he pushed that one.
Foul ball, 1-2 count, one away, runner at third. Still no score. Cody Oswald trying to change that. Lifts this one out toward center. McDermott will work his way under it. That will be plenty deep for Sheldon to take up and get home. Yankton has a 1-0 lead here in the semifinals of the Kyle Mueller Classic. Again, we're sitting here top of the second. So sack RBI for Cody Oswald, and that brings up catcher Jace McCorkle. Two away here.
Jace McCorkle, probably the most consistent entity in Yankton baseball this year.
Yeah, he'll be behind the plate, except when the first game of the Classic when he wasn't, and we were freaking out, Brayden.
Yeah, well, he had some important things to take care of going off and signing a scholarship. Congratulations once again to him. I know we keep talking about it. Jace McCorkle, not the best batting stats this season. He's batting 154, but he falls in that category we talked about earlier with Mac Reichen, it seems, where a lot of hard-hit balls just end up where the defense is.
And Coach Drew Lawrence has also mentioned, as there's a ball on the outside, that a lot of his power is zapped from his legs, being behind that plate all game, all season long. And if he was maybe a fielder in the field, it could be a little bit different, but he just has to rely on just making contact. Ball misses on the outside, 2-0. But he is so vital to this team, not just because of anything he could do at the plate, but for what he does defensively and leadership-wise behind the plate for Yankton and that pitching staff. As a 3-0 to Jace McCorkle. And we'll draw a walk, and he hustles down to first. Tell me you're going to do the Little League. Tell me you're going to do it. So you know how excited I was, Brayden.
I was ready for it. I thought he was going to chug to second.
So Jace McCorkle threw his bat as the ball went to the backstop and sprinted down the first base line and did the turn, and I was so excited. I thought maybe he was going to try to take second, but he thought better of it, and we do have a pinch runner over at first. And it is Cooper Grotenheis. As Josh Sheldon takes the right-handed batter's box. Runner on first for Yankton. A two-hopper over to short. Swatek gets the lead. Runner and Grotenheis at second, and that ends it. As McCorkle took a walk, and then Sheldon grounded out to a short. Last couple batters of the inning. That is one hit, one run, and one runner left on base here, ending the top of inning number 2. Bottom half coming up, and Yankton leads 1-0.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose, the sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. This is Michael with Yankton Rexall. When you feel under the weather, you want relief, but there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with daily medications you're taking. At Yankton Rexall, our staff is here to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh combines the speedy service of a convenience store with the surprising selection of the fresh foods and ready-to-eat meals you expect from Hy-Vee. While you fill up your gas tank, you can grab grocery staples including fresh produce and fresh bakery items too, or grab fresh meals or snacks. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Keaton Gale, pitcher for Elk Point Jefferson, steps into the right-handed batter's box, taking on Yankton pitcher Mark Cottle. With 1-0 lead for Yankton, entering the bottom of inning number 2 semifinal round of the Championship Sunday. Kyle Mueller Classic, striking the outside. Nice breaking ball for Cottle.
Cottle started off this game very well, forced a ground out in the first at-bat, and then to the first batter he faced, ended up setting down all 3 batters in the opening inning.
And the 0-1 is sent hard out to right center. Will get down as Skillhouse tries to get in front of it, and we'll send it back to the infield. Mac Recken to Drew at second. Won't be in time as Gale's in there sliding for a double.
I take responsibility for drawing attention to the fact that EPJ went 3 up, 3 down in the first inning.
His name is Brayden Butler, and should I do to you what you did to me? He lives at...
You don't even know where I live.
I can't get to your house. I just can't tell you what it is.
You don't know what street it is or what number it is, but you know
but
where
I can drive there. So I will take you to Brayden Butler's house.
Please do.
Yeah. If you're like, I'd have some chores. I would like some
If you find which part of the duplex is mine, just walk into some random person's part of the house.
Is this Brayden's part? No.
No.
But I'll go to the next one, Brayden. It's not that hard. Oh, and this one is lifted out from Tayson SWAT Tech. Cody Oswald under it at center. Throws over to a third and just showing that cannon, capital C, cannon, out in center from Cody Oswald, keeping the runner honest at second. So 1 away. An F8 in the scorebooks brings up Jordan Anderson from Elkwood Jefferson, first baseman.
I do want to be clear about one thing. I was mostly making a joke about the commentator's curse. It's not something I actually believe in. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, me neither. As you hear me knocking wood.
All right. In the words of Michael Scott, I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
And a strike on the outside, 0-1. No, I don't believe in that, but I am a little superstitious about things. I always knock on wood. You know that about me.
I don't walk under ladders.
Yeah, you know,
that's a lie. I walked under ladders all the time when I was younger.
I don't know. There's just something you don't have to necessarily fully believe, but it's just why risk it,
It's like I've never broken a mirror in my life, not because I believe it'll give me 7 years bad luck. I just don't know why I would break a mirror.
No, I am superstitious. Who am I kidding? 1-1, Marcado checking in to Anderson. Ball misses low and away. No, Kirby will, spill salt at a restaurant, and I'll take just, 3 grains and throw it over my right shoulder, and Katie always looks at me and goes, "What is your problem?"
I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah.
You're deep in the superstition
Watch,
bag.
I'm just making stuff up now. It's just not even real. It's just my own personal superstitions.
What's your source on that one? My source is that I made it up.
I had to go mow the lawn without shoes on to prevent anything. Cottle delivers to Anderson. Misses high. 3-1 count. So runner, the tying run in scoring position for Elk Point Jefferson. Cottle delivers. And a strike called high, brings the count full. Huge pitch coming up here. I mean, all intents and purposes, Cottle does have a base to give, but if you can get an out here. Fastball outside. That is a punch out. Mark Cottle gets him looking and just nicked the outside zone. And that is the second strikeout of the game for Mark Cottle. And that brings up Evan Haley, the right fielder. Still with that tie and run in scoring position at second.
Both of Cottle's strikeouts, too, have been looking, which shows me that he's placing them on the corners, on the edges, where these batters are thinking they're going to go outside the zone.
Outside fastball swung through and nicked back into the glove of Jace McCorkle. And the 0-1. Check swing went around, called from behind the plate. He's got 0-2. Haley just having a little quick discussion with the umpire. I don't think he liked that decision. Kyle checking the runner and delivering home. And almost fouled back into the backstop. Brings count to 1-2. And Coach Drew Lawrence coming out there hustling after that loose ball. Gets it back into play to Jace McCorkle. Drew Lawrence showing those moves out today. I'm going to start keeping Coach Drew Lawrence stats when he's standing in the third base box. I'm going to start that trend. The 0-2. Lifted up into the infield, and Cottle gloves it. Yankton gets out of it.
Good inning from Cottle on the mound there, working out of that opening double and getting 3 straight batters out.
1 hit, no runs, 1 runner left on. I want to thank a few of our sportscaster partners as we enter the top of inning number 3, including J&H Cleaning, carpet, upholstery, area rugs, air ducts, dryer vents, power washing, and janitorial services for businesses. Dirty doesn't stand a chance. If it's dirty, J&H can clean it. Check out jhcleaningsd.com. And Kaiser Heating and Cooling. When it comes to heating and cooling, be the wiser and go with Kaiser. That's Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton. And Explorers Credit Union. Wherever you want your financial journey to take you, Explorers Credit Union is here to help with a vision of financial empowerment for everyone. Discover the difference at explorerscu.com. Back in 30 seconds from Riverside Field, 1-0 Yankton.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes, and other fees, red flags should go off, and it should cause you to stop and think. Most legitimate companies will never tell you to pay with a gift card. Before you go to purchase these gift cards, please call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986 and let them check things out for you so you're not out of your hard-earned money.
And welcome back to Riverside Field. Eric Bean of the Yankton Press and Dakota just walked back into our booth here, the KYNT booth, with a camera lens that is bigger than a rifle scope in many regards. And I will say that I don't know what kind of high-definition pictures he's taking out there, Brayden, but I want to see him.
I think he'll be able to track a Lucas Kampshoff home run if it happens again. I know we talked about those Husker cuts going far out of the field.
We'll visit Yankton.net to see those pictures at the game story that will be attached, I am sure, as Isaiah Skelhaus comes to the plate. And I'm doing Brayden's job right now and letting you know that he's got a single, but I will turn over the rest of the play-by-play for a couple of innings to Brayden Butler.
I was just about to say, as we came in, Skelhaus at the plate with a .429 batting average, which is the highest on the team for anyone with more than 5 plate appearances. But he just added to it right there with that single to lead off. That brings up the top of the order with Mac Reichen. Mac grounded out to third base to start this game. Keaton Gale has been pretty solid on the mound so far. Does have that 1 run given up. Reichen was showing bunt. Still is. The third baseman has creeped up quite a ways, almost on par with the pitcher on how close to the plate he is. That is a Trometer at third. Spikes that one, does Gale. The runner going for second base, and he's going to slide in there head first safely. Skelhaus gets back to his feet, makes the turn for third as the ball gets away. He's going to be in there standing up. Skelhaus scoots from first to third on that.
So I don't know. Sometimes they call those a pass ball, runner advances, steals, whatever. But as a team, we're always talking about the base running, Brayden. Entering the game as a team, 24 team steals.
The 1-0 pitch to Reichen, as that first one was a ball. That one finds his own for strike one. So it's a 1-1 count with a runner on third. Aggressive base running once again, proving to be something that Yankton has can utilize to their advantage. It's also a 1-0 lead for post 12. That one bounces in front of the plate ball too. Gale taking his time getting back to the mound. Trying to settle in a little bit here. Gave up the leadoff single, and then obviously Skelhaus has advanced to third. Behind on the count at 2-1, working out of his windup. This one driven hard at the first baseman. What a play, what a glove at first. And stuff like that we're talking about, no matter, sometimes you can have the best hit ball in the game, but if the defense is in a good position, it's hard to do. Great play at first made by Elk Point Jefferson's first baseman. That's Jordan Anderson over there.
Well, we always talk about, the June swoon, or in whatever version Legion would have, I guess. And I guess that's just Mac Payne his dues. He's just up on some bad luck there. That was a hard hit ball.
Brings up Rugby Reichen. First pitch swinging back off the pitcher. Goes into foul territory, but it will be fair ball since it ricocheted off of Gale on the mound. Reichen's going to get to first, and Skelhaus is going to come across to score on the RBI single. Now the attention turns to Keaton Gale. Make sure he's okay as he took that one off the upper thigh, maybe the lower abdomen.
That will bring up Lucas Kampshoff when they're done with this mound visit. Struck out in his last at-bat. Mound visit is brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new career direction, visit jobs.hedro.com. And I want to thank a couple of our sportscaster partners, including Aztec. Aztec of Yankton was founded on innovation and a passion to help their customers. They live their core values every day. Right now, they're offering a healthy sign-on bonus and great wages with great benefits. Build your career with the group that's built to connect from rock to road. Stop by for a walk-in interview or click careers at aztecindustries.com. And Midwest Insurance Agency, a local independent insurance agency offering insurance from a local South Dakota company, DeSmet Farm Mutual. Midwest Insurance Agency is located just east of the Yankton Bowl. And One Office Solution, the one source for all your office products, including copiers, furniture, and office supplies. One Office Solution is located next to Pizza Ranch on Broadway in Yankton. We'll take a 30-second break here and come back to Riverside Field, the Kyle Mueller Classic.
Truxedo, a real truck company, has new job opportunities for you. We are searching for motivated candidates to fill a variety of roles, including production roles on our weekday and weekend shifts, as well as an industrial engineer, shipping clerk, and receiving supervisor. Truxedo offers a positive and team-oriented environment with many perks and benefits. Come seek the new opportunities Truxedo has for you. Visit realtruck.com/careers for more information and to apply.
Welcome back in on KYNT, KYNTV. The ball caught Gale a little lower than I initially thought, as he's been working on his lower right leg below the knee, shin area. That is his driving lane on the leg on the pitching mound, so he's giving it a few tests, making sure he's okay to go. Looks like he is going to stay in there. All the fielders moving back to their positions. Head coach Drew Lawrence having a little bit of a conversation with Elk Point Jefferson's third baseman, Ty Trometer. Trometer did have the ball in his hand for a little bit, so I was under an impression that he might be the next one up on the mound, but Gale is okay, and he's going to be ready to go. He's going to work out of the stretch here. Rugby Riken on first base. Dangerous on the base paths, leading the team in steals. Lucas Kampshoff up to the plate, struck out in his first at-bat. No steal attempt from Riken there, but that one misses the plate for ball one. It really does feel when Yankton has a runner on, it's a matter of when, not if, they're going to take off for second or even third on steal attempts. The 1-0 finds the zone, strike one. It's a 1-1 count. Gale checking Riken at first, now comes set. He deals, Riken takes off. That one high inside for a ball. Riken slides in, the ball gets away. Hard contact with the shortstop as well. Riken's going to stay at second. It's one of those bang-bang plays where two guys are trying to get to the same spot at the same time. Ben Swatek got sent head over toes as he somersaulted on the contact with Riken, but they're both fine.
I think it was also a situation where Coach Drew Lawrence held Rugby because of what happened a couple games ago. Getting thrown out at third. Sometimes they're very aggressive, but it can come to bite them sometimes.
You know, in a 2-0 game, you kind of want to increase your lead early on here, and then maybe you take some more of those chances down the stretch. That one bounces up and over the head of Drew Lawrence at third in the third base coaching box. Good reaction time, though. He's able to get out of the way.
Didn't even dive after it. I marked that against him.
That's an EC error on the coach.
Yeah.
2-2 count here for Elk Point Jefferson. Lucas Kampshoff at the plate. He sends that one sliced hard out of play. That one's going to roll near the parking lot again from the looks of it as it went over the bullpen area.
Foul ball is brought to you by Midwest Insurance Agency. You don't want the crack of the bat to end in the crack of your windshield. At Midwest Insurance, find the right coverage for your vehicles.
2-2 count from Keaton Gale here. Comes set on the mound, checks Riken at second, now fires home. Kampshoff rolls over the top of this one, sends a bouncer to Trometer at third. Riken caught between second and third. He started to go back to second, faked the third baseman, and then immediately went to third base. Aggressive base running from Riken there. That puts a runner close as he can possibly get to home plate.
Did Rugby just try to tackle the third baseman or the shortstop?
When he slid in and popped up, he was carrying a lot of momentum and kind of chest
Well,
bumped
I'd
him.
say he waited until he was 2 feet away from the bag to slide.
There's a bit of a chest contact. I did see Rugby's hands go up, so kind of like a my bad. So I don't think it was intentional. They both came away from the situation smirking, so I have a good feeling that everybody's
We
okay.
need to get out of this half an inning medically.
Sheldon on the grounder. Kamshoff sliding into second. I didn't realize Kamshoff beat the throw at first in all the confusion, so the throw is going to get Kamshoff at second base. Try to double him up, but they can't get him, so Matthew Sheldon's going to be on first. And Rugby Riken comes home on the play. No more contact made. It's a 3-0 ball game now after that RBI from Matthew Sheldon. I believe they're going to call it a fielder's choice. And
Yeah,
not a
fielder's
single.
choice.
But another RBI in the score sheet for Matt Sheldon. That brings up Drew Riken in an 0-0 count. Sheldon on first. Drew swings on this one. It's a bouncer down the third baseline. There's Coach Lawrence making a play.
Yay. Look at those hands. Drew Riken flew out to center field, his first at-bat.
Coach Lawrence giving the signal to Matthew Sheldon, so Riken taking his time getting back in the box. Checks his gloves, steps in, wheels the bat around. Now he's ready. Keo comes set on the mound. Fire over to first base, trying to get Matthew Sheldon on the pickoff. Nothing doing there. Count should be 0-1 here after that foul tip by Riken. This one driven down the third base line again, but this one finds the glove of Trometer. He throws it across the diamond, hits Anderson, and that will do it here for the top half of inning number 3. But 2 runs come across on 3 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. That's going to do it for the top of inning number 3. We'll go to the bottom half with Elk Point Jefferson's bats when we come back in 60 seconds on KYNT, KYNTV.
There are a lot of benefits for your small business when you have a relationship with your locally owned and operated The UPS Store. I'm Doug Frederick, manager of the UPS Store of Yankton. Not only do we provide excellent customer service, but we also provide the necessary tools to help your small business thrive. We can help you with everything ing, printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs, even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, every ing for your small business, and of course, shipping. The UPS Store of Yankton, across from Walmart.
First Dakota National Bank has been paving financial futures since 1872. But when it comes to supporting a community, it takes more than experience. Financial planning takes a personal touch, which is why we offer a wide range of customizable options for personal, business, and ag banking. We've been doing banking longer than anyone else, but we're first because our goals have never changed. Helping local communities plan and reach their financial success has and always will be what we're here for. Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. Yankton Post 12 leading Elk Point Jefferson 2-0 as we go to the bottom half of the third. Mark Cottle still working on the mound. Had a decent day so far. Noah McDermott, the opening batter, and he makes contact on the first pitch. Fly it out to right field. Isaiah Skelhaus settles underneath of it. That'll do it for McDermott. 1 pitch, 1 out to start inning number 3, the bottom half of it. Still used to Yankton being out in the field for the top half of the innings.
Yeah, it's throwing me off.
Brings up the catcher, Jake Gale. Top of the order, Hunter Geary on deck. In the hole is Ty Trometer.
By the way, this is the ideal weather for yours truly. The sun, shaded.
Good breeze. I can't burn as easy. It's very nice.
Overcast skies are kind of that's my jam.
I'm not going to tell you what weather I like because it's not what you want to hear right now. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Cottle. That one finds the zone for strike 1.
Is it the sun?
I'm a fan of a light drizzle. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh, no, me too. Yeah, I mean, no. If I don't have to do base, like not have to. If there's not baseball that's being interrupted.
I just didn't want to bring it up right now with, your superstition and where we are currently. Bunt back up to the pitcher, Cottle. He gloves it, fires over to Matthew Sheldon at first. 2 up, 2 down to start the bottom half of inning number 3.
I don't believe in that superstition, right? I only believe in the real ones, like a black cat crossing, walking under ladders, breaking mirrors, spilling salt, the real stuff. But not a broadcaster's curse.
Black cats get
Don't
a bad
be
rep.
ridiculous, Brayden.
Black cats get a bad rep. That's all I'm going to say. First pitch from Cottle here. Driven out to left center field. Cody Oswald trying to settle underneath of it. He does. He gloves it. That does it for inning number 3. 1-2-3 inning. No hits, no runs, no runners left on base. It ends with a fly out to center field and Cody Oswald. Before we take a break and go to the 4th inning, I'd like to thank a couple of our Sportscaster Club members, starting with Graham Tire. If you notice issues with your vehicle, don't hesitate to call the service experts at Graham Tire. They do more than just sell tires. Graham Tire of Yankton, your auto service and tire store next door. Also, the UPS store. They help you with everything ing. Printing, packing, copying, faxing, freighting, any ing your small business needs. Even shredding, notarizing, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. The UPS store of Yankton, across from Walmart. And lastly, Yankton Thrive. There is a thriving business economy in the Yankton area. Your one source and resource for all businesses from retail to manufacturing is Yankton Thrive. For more information, go to yanktonsd.com. 3-0 game as we go to the top of the 4th. Yankton Bats coming up next. We're back in 30 seconds on KYNT, KYNTV.
Did you know Yankton Medical Clinic offers same-day appointments in primary care? If you need an appointment in pediatrics or family medicine, under most circumstances, we can get you in the same day. No need to wait. Regardless of who you see at Yankton Medical Clinic, your medical history is all in one chart, allowing our physicians to work together to make sure you get complete, family-centered care whenever you need it. Learn more at yanktonmedicalclinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. Very, what am I trying to say here? Expressive hand motions from Bryce Ladwig. Headset was still off. Didn't realize we were coming back quite yet. But it's all right. We're back here for the top of inning number 4. And leading off, it will be Cody Oswald. One at bat so far today was a sac fly RBI.
Leading off for Post 12, center fielder, number 9.
I was in a heated conversation, not like in a negative way, not like a fight. We were having a very passionate conversation with Eric Bean, the Yankton president coach. So,
I mean, you just kind of throw passion around wherever you want it, I guess. But
passionate person, man.
Wear your heart on your sleeve.
I do.
And you keep several tricks up it, but I digress.
Go
First pitch
Bucks,
is a
go
strike.
Gazelles, go Post 12. It's going to be one of those days, Brayden. The cabin pressure is getting low.
It was never up to begin with. That's why the windows are open. 0-1 count here to Oswald. He sends this one bouncing to the second baseman. Gloves it, fires over to the first baseman, Anderson, and that will set down Cody Oswald. That's how we open inning number 4.
To the plate, the catcher, number 15, Chase McCorkle.
Jason McCorkle walked in his first at bat, and then he got me very excited because I thought he was going to try to take second base on a pass ball. He should try doing that just in a general walk.
Just walk to first and realize, hey, the ball's not in yet. Might as well go to second. First pitch from Gale to McCorkle. Finds the zone, strike 1.
If there's any team that would give the green light to that, though, it'd be Yankton.
They have not been afraid to give the green light on base running. They've got caught a couple times, but as I mentioned, over 92% success rate on stolen bases so far this season. That was before today, where we've already seen several successful stolen base attempts. McCorkle puts a shot into this one, right center field. About 15 feet in front of the warning track. It's gloved by the center fielder McDermott, and that it will set down McCorkle. First 2 batters get sat down, and that brings up Josh Sheldon. Sheldon grounded out to end the second inning. It was a 6-4 fielder's choice, so they got the runner going to second, which would have been Grotenheis, who was pinch running for McCorkle. something they don't like about that ball, so take it out of commission, I guess.
Wonder how many balls that like a Legion game goes through. I don't know the exact number, but I know like the Major League number is ginormous.
Oh, first pitch here is not a ball as it finds the strike zone. Now I'm gonna think about that.
Well, these are the questions that a journalist like Eric Bean should find out for us. As he just smirks.
Journalism is a great industry. No slander to journalism. I don't know. I don't want that.
I didn't think I was slandering anybody.
No. Just the way I said journalism. I didn't want people to get the wrong idea. I was a journalism major in college.
And a math major. Man, get your life together, Brayden.
Yeah, I did. That's why I work here. It's a 1-2 count after that second strike. Try to get back to baseball. 1-2 count with 2 down. Josh Sheldon at the plate. Gale working out of his windup with no runners on for Yankton. Sheldon gets decent contact on this one, but drives it foul. Too far under it as well as it was popped up in front of the dugout. It's gloved by Anderson at first. 3 up, 3 down for Yankton. That takes us to the bottom half of inning number 4. Yankton Post 12 leads 3-0 here on KYNT, KYNTV. Back in 60 seconds to Riverside Field.
FNBO free checking is checking that's actually free. No fees or minimums, and now no overdraft fees. It's ever so personal, with people to help every step of the way. And easy, with a mobile app that allows you to deposit checks and manage your accounts wherever you are. So make the switch so you can do more with the Great Big Small Bank. Visit fnbo.com to learn more or stop on by. FNBO free checking. It's ever so free. Member FDIC.
Hello. Here's to welcoming moments, big and small, embracing the unexpected, savoring life. At Avera, our nationally recognized health system will be right here with you, ready for anything. We listen to your goals and help you achieve them with care and coverage. We'll move you forward through sickness and health and every milestone in between. Avera, moving health forward. Learn more at avera.org/forward.
Welcome back for the bottom half of inning number 4. Yankton leads 3-0. Mark Cottle still on the mound. Ty Trometer up to the plate for Elk Point Jefferson. Flew out to the right fielder Skelhaas in his first at-bat. That one bounces low and away. Ball 1 from Cottle.
So Eric Bean did not find that number of baseballs in the Major League game used on average. I had to find it myself, but 120.
You had to find it yourself, so you Googled it?
Yep.
On your phone in front of you?
Yes.
Another fly out to right field. Skelhaas giving chase. Doesn't get underneath of it, though. It bounces away for a moment. Runner will stay at first as he's able to corral it quickly. Opening single here in inning number 4 for Elk Point Jefferson. That brings up Ben Swatek, the shortstop, struck out looking in his first at-bat. First pitch, low and away, ball 1. We've seen that a couple times early on. Mark Cottle really working the east-west here. Trying to keep it on the side of the zones, and now 2-0 count it goes to as he misses off the outside part of the plate again. Pitch from Cottle. This one driven out to center field. Cody Oswald on his horse giving chase in front of the warning track as he gloves it. Runner scurries back to first. That's the first out of the inning for Yankton. Good play, good track out in center field by Oswald.
I wanted to do my hurdle thing, but like as I kind of just did by saying I wanted to, but he covers such a long distance out in center field.
He's a very lengthy athlete. He's got a lot of speed. He's got a good stride. Let's put it this way. There's not a sport I've watched Cody Oswald play yet where I wouldn't say that he is just smooth from an athletic standpoint. That one popped up, out of play. We've up and over our press box.
All foul balls in the front gate for a $1 bill. Compliments of the Boathouse.
It's an 0-1 count after that foul ball. It's Keaton Gale at the plate. Had the first hit of the ball game for EPJ as he doubled in the second inning. There's another strike from Cottle. 0-2 count now. Gale got the best of Cottle in the first pitcher duel, so we'll see what this one ends up here. Cottle checks Trometer at first. He threw out a little shimmy as he was checking him. That one gets away from McCorkle and bounces up along the backstop, and Trometer, he's going to shimmy himself to second base on the wild pitch. One-two count now after that ball. The runner on second, Trometer, as he advanced on the pitch. Tayson Swadek on deck. Jordan Anderson in the hole for Elk Point Jefferson. There's one down in the inning. Cottle likes the call he gets from McCorkle as he comes set. Flexes his glove a little bit. Now comes home, gets a swing and a miss. Pitcher duel part 2 goes the way of Mark Cottle as he strikes out Keaton Gale. Second out of the inning and brings up Tayson Swadek.
Swadek flew out to center in his first at-bat, looking to knock this runner in.
Try to put Elk Point Jefferson on the board here. First pitch in there, strike one. Seen it a lot from both teams tonight. Outside of one or two situations, not much first pitch swinging from either team, so maybe Cottle and Gale, when they're on the mound, will use that to their advantage. Pound strikes and get players behind early. This one driven out to left field. Rugby Riken, though, gets underneath of it. He gloves it to end the inning. One hit, no runs, one runner left on base as we go to the top of the fifth. Still in a 3-0 ball game. Yankton leading as they'll come to bat when we come back. But before we go, I'd like to thank a couple of our Sportscaster Club members, starting with Northtown Automotive, your local Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. Visit northtownusa.com. Also, Stockman's Motorsports, your local Polaris dealer with a full lineup of Rangers and Sportsmen ready to get you in the fields, in the woods, or wherever you like to go. Stockman's Motorsports is a proud supporter of all area students and athletes. And lastly, FloorTech. Whether your home or floor is wet, call FloorTech. 665-4839. 3-0, Yankton leads. They'll be up to bat when we come back in 30 seconds on KYNT, KYNTV.
Make sure your grass is always greener with a new John Deere mower from your local C&B. Big or small, let the experts at C&B help you find the mower or utility tractor that'll help you get the job done right. Stop in and check out the John Deere Z-Track mowers or take a load off with a new utility tractor with attachments available to help you with projects of all sizes. Go green this spring at C&B. Learn more about available offers at DeereEquipment.com. That's DEER Equipment.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. Keaton Gale out on the mound to start inning number 5. Took a drive off the shin earlier in the game, worked it out a little bit. He's still been on the rubber ever since. Brings in Isaiah Skelhaas, who singled in the third inning. Later came around to score. That one high and inside for ball one. Skelhaas batting over .430 on the season. Gets a piece of that one, but it's foul tipped back into the catcher's mitt. Strike one. Gale comes set, nods to his catcher, so he likes the call. Going through his windup. That one finds the zone for strike two. It's a 1-2 count now to Skelhaas. Mac Riken represents the top of the order as he's on deck. Rugby Riken in the hole. Lucas Kamshoff waiting in the wings for Yankton. The 1-2 from Gale. Grounded towards the third baseman. Diving stop made by Trometer, but on the transition from the glove to the hand, it comes out. Nothing against Trometer there. What an effort as he spiraled on the ground during the transition. It was an impressive play. Just miscommunication on this flip from the glove to the hand. It's going to put Isaiah Skelhaas on first base, and that brings up Mac Riken. Skelhaas dives back into first base as a pickoff attempt from Gale doesn't get him out. As we talked about, this is the semifinals of the Kyle Mueller Classic. 1-2 pitch, bunt put down by Reichen. I believe that should have been an 0-0 pitch. Strike against Reichen now as that one went foul. And they do rule that Isaiah Skelhaas singled in that one. Too tough of a play to make, so there's no error assessed against Strometer.
10 flies.
Proud of you, Bryce. Another throw over to first, trying to get Skelhaas on the pickoff. Has the same result as the last one as Skelhaas slides in safely. Gale shakes off a couple ideas. Now likes what he sees from his catcher as he comes set. He deals. This one grounded back of the middle, fielded by the shortstop. Skelhaas slides into second as he was stealing, so there's no double play. But Mac Reichen gets thrown out at first, advances the runner, and brings up Rugby Reichen.
And even in his groundouts, we were mentioning Mac Reichen quite a few times in the last couple of games. Just hard-hit balls, too. Just aren't getting into any gaps.
Another unlucky scenario for Reichen. If Skelhaas isn't stealing there, the shortstop probably isn't crashing towards second base to get in on line for that one. That's just another area where baseball really is a game of inches. First pitch to Rugby is in there for strike one. Reichen struck out in his first at-bat, had an RBI single in his second, comes up with Skelhaas in scoring position here. Oh, 1 count with one down. Yankton leads by 3. They up 3-0. A little too far inside for Gale. Makes it a 1-1 count on that ball on the inside part of the plate. Talked about Reichen getting a lot of free bases on being hit by pitches this year. He's the only one who's been hit multiple times. He leads the team with 3. That one finds the zone, though, for strike 2. It's a 1-2 count. Skelhaas taking his lead at second. Gale fires home, leaves that one off the plate for ball 2. It's a 2-2 count. Five hits as a team on the game for Yankton. 3 runs have come across. 2 hits for Elk Point Jefferson. No runs have come across. No errors have been assessed to either team either. Reichen puts a drive into this one. Jumping effort made at short just off the top of the glove. Would have been a Superman effort, but it's going to put Isaiah Skelhaas on third base, and Rugby Reichen's in there with another single.
Yeah, you're talking just off the glove. You always say matter of inches, Brayden. You just got done saying that. Well, there's an inch right there.
Number 10, Lucas Kempshaw.
Brings up Lucas Kamshoff, who singled in his last at-bat. We know he's got the pop to take 1 yard. Would double the lead if he did it here. At the very least, Kamshoff looking just to put something in play, try to get that runner home from third. First pitch to Kamshoff. Reichen moving from first to second. No throw down to second, so Reichen stand up on the steal of second base. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Kamshoff.
I believe that's his 8th stolen base, unless he had already had one in this game, which I can look up. But entering the game, Rugby Reichen 7 stolen bases already this Legion season.
Yeah, was leading the team in that one. Had just under a third of the team's stolen bases by himself. That one was inside for another ball to Kamshoff. .2-0 pitch from Gale. That one clips the inside part of the plate for strike 1. A little bit of bend on that pitch as it finds the front side of the zone. Gale working out of the windup for the 2-1. Kamshoff puts a shot into this one to left center field, and that's going to find the gap between the center fielder and the left fielder. Both runs should score. Skelhaas crosses the plate. Rugby Reichen joining him in tow. He crosses as well. 2 runs on the RBI double from Lucas Kamshoff, asserting his dominance a little bit there at second base with those 2 RBIs.
Yeah, he didn't miss much of that one. That hit right into the power alley there. for Lucas Kamshoff. And right away, that's why the runners were able to take off. They knew.
Going to get a mound visit here. Mound visits are brought to you by one of Yankton's biggest and best employers, Hedro. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit job.hedro.com. Coach only wants to talk to his pitcher and his catcher, so there doesn't look like there's a move to make a change on the mound. If there is pitching changes, will be brought to you by Conklin Distributing. We'll talk more about them if it happens. Gale obviously has given up 5 runs in this one against him on 7 hits, but he has been pitching a solid game outside of, it feels like, this inning where Yankton has really got to him with the bat. 3 hits already in this inning. Looks like we might be making a switch here for Elk Point Jefferson. Pitching changes are brought to you by Conklin Distributing. Time to rehydrate with Prime Hydration, the perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel with 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar. You're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor. We're going to take a 30-second break here on KYNT, KYNTV. We'll tell you who's changing positions out there for Elk Point Jefferson and also have the final stats for Keaton Gale. Back in 30 seconds here at Riverside Park.
When I'm searching for adventure, I find it on the range. Archery challenges me to be curious, see opportunity, and welcome big challenges. It teaches me to focus and never quit until the last arrow hits. Archery allows me to show my spirit at Mount Marty University. How do you show your adventurous side? Schedule your campus visit to Mount Marty University at showyourspiritmmu.com.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. Hunter Gary is going to step in on the mound. He started this game at second base. Judging from how the infielders are kneeling near Gary while he's doing his warm-ups, it'll just be a straight swap from second base. So Keaton Gale will end his day and move to second. 4 1/3 innings pitched for Gale, 7 hits, 5 runs, all 5 earned, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk issued. All that on 68 total pitches from Gale. We'll see how Gary can do here. He's also a right-handed pitcher. Before this change, Lucas Kamshoff had a 2 RBI double off of Gale. This scored Rugby Reichen and Isaiah Skelhaus, pushed this to a 5-0 lead over Elk Point Jefferson. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Something of note to keep an eye on here on Championship Sunday, there are no time limits like there have been so far in this Classic, so we will play a full 7 innings. The mercy rule still is in effect, though, so something to keep an eye on with the score line. I believe it's 12 runs after 4 innings and 8 runs after 5, so we'll see if that comes into effect. First pitch from Gary is a ball. Second one misses the zone as well for ball 2. It's a 2-0 count from Gary. Sheldon at the plate. Doubled in his first at-bat and then reached on a fielder's choice and brought in a run in his last at-bat. It's a 3-0 count now to him. See if he's taken all the way here. Sheldon gets on base. Drew Reichen on deck. Cody Oswald in the hole. Ooh, that one found the inside part of the zone. Sheldon had already taken a couple of steps down the first base line.
He was pretty certain about it, too.
Puts a drive into this one, out to right field. Shallow right. In on his horse is the right fielder. He slides, trying to make the grab, but can't get there. Lucas Kamshoff's going to take this as an opportunity to come across the plate and score at home. Tough play trying to be made there by the right fielder, Evan Haley, as he was sliding, trying to glove that one with his left hand. Couldn't get there, so it'll be RBI for Sheldon. I believe they'll rule it a single since it was a difficult play to make. At the very least, it's another RBI for Matthew Sheldon.
Yeah, they're ruined it a single, officially.
2 RBI on the day for Sheldon. He came in leading the team with 5. Sheldon stealing second. Pitch throw gets away from the second base, or from the shortstop, excuse me, but it is backed up by the second baseman. Puts another runner in scoring position for Yankton with Drew Reichen at the plate. Reichen 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to center field in his first at-bat, grounded out to third base in his second. The 0-1 finds the inside part of the plate. Strike number 2. Reichen drives this one to right center field. Good effort made in right by Haley. He makes that sliding grab, tries to get it back in quickly. Matthew Sheldon has to scramble back to second base, but he beats the throw in. Good pick by Haley out in right field. Potentially saves another run. If that one gets down or gets by him, Sheldon would make that turn at third.
If he would have been successful, Brayden, in doubling up the runner, that would have been one of the best plays I've seen all year.
Evan Haley, give him all the credit in the world out there in right field. First pitch to Cody Oswald is off the plate for ball 1. Oswald has an RBI already in this game with a sac fly. The 1-0 from Gary. That one misses the zone as well, ball 2. Two-0 count with 2 down. Runner on second, Matthew Sheldon. Gary comes home. Oswald put a big swing into that one, but couldn't get a piece of it. 2-1 now. Two-1 finds the zone for strike number 2. Knots the count up for Oswald. If Oswald's able to get on base here and keep the inning going, Jason McCorkle's on deck. Josh Sheldon in the hole for Yankton. 2-2 count with 2 down. Oswald sends this one on the ground to the second baseman. Gets through the glove of Gale at second. Sheldon's going to take a big turn at third and come home. Oswald caught between first and second, trying to slide in. What a play at second base by Cody Oswald, making the defender miss. Shades of the days of October. Great play, great body control in the open field. How he managed to slide around the shortstop and beat the tag at the plate. What a play by Cody Oswald. Safe at second base. Gets an RBI in his docket as well.
Yeah, if that tag avoided him, that was some athleticism right there and slow motion movement over there from Cody Oswald, it felt like, as he was sliding into the bag.
Felt like the guy was in the Matrix all over again. Will be an RBI single that is ruled a double, or advanced to second on the throw, I believe.
Yeah, they are ruling that an error.
Oh, it would be an RBI on the air, exactly. It eventually went off the glove of the second baseman. McCorkle, high chopper up and over the pitcher's head, bounces in front of the shortstop and the second baseman. They make contact, and that might have thrown off the play. McCorkle's going to be safe at first. He's going to turn to go for second. Cody Oswald crosses home. There's another run on the board for Yankton, and McCorkle slides into second base safely. Miscommunication by Oak Point Jefferson there in the middle of the infield.
McCorkle gets the second on the air. Another run scored.
We're going to get a courtesy runner. Cooper Grotenheis checking in. It's 8-0 now here in the top of inning number 5.
And to the plate, third baseman, number 6, Josh Sheldon.
Okay, so they're going to have to fix this. They initially just ruled that a single, unless they are going to say it's a single, but I don't know.
As it stands in the official scorebook, it is a single currently for Jace McCorkle and an RBI. They can't take the RBI away from him no matter what. He brought that run home. 5-run 5th inning. Cooper Grotenheis now on second. Got a decent lead there. It's a 1-1 count now to Josh Sheldon.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking about? My bad. I was thinking about the Cody Oswald one that went through the second baseman's legs. That's my bad. They're trying to blend together back to back.
This one on the ground to the second baseman, Gale. He gloves it, flips it over to the first baseman, Anderson. And that will do it for the top of inning number 5, but not before 5 Yankton players cross home plate, make it an 8-0 ball game. We go to the bottom half of the 5th here in the Kyle Mueller Classic when we come back on KYNT, KYNTV. Back to Riverside Field in 60 seconds.
Think about how people really see you. The kid at the drive-thru just sees a coffee drinker.
Please move forward.
Your local barista sees the person who loves a smiley face in their latte.
See you next time.
It's kind of the same way with insurance. Other insurance companies just see a customer, but a State Farm agent sees more. They see you as a neighbor. Your State Farm agent is here to get to know who you really are, so they can help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Rhonda Westland at 665-4411 today to learn more.
Sports injuries can be the result of competitive activities, but can also happen by just participating in leisure activities too. If you're experiencing pain as the result of your chosen activity, consider chiropractic care. I'm Dr. Mackenzie Erlinson with First Chiropractic Centers. We have experienced chiropractors that work with sports injuries every day. Our treatment options are aimed to minimize pain, reduce recovery time, and reduce risk of future injuries. Visit First Chiropractic Centers, making life better, one adjustment at a time.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. It's an 8-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of inning number 5. Mark Cottle still at work on the mound. After a 5-run 5th inning, top half of it for Yankton. The 0-1 from Cottle, left low and away for ball 1. This one driven out to left center field. A little too far under it. Shallow left center. Cody Oswald calls off Drew Rikens. He was backing up underneath of it, so it will be gloved by the center fielder Oswald. That's how we open up the bottom half of the 5th.
And just look at that, Cody Oswald, where he's usually positioned in center. Now, was that life or death? Yeah, there's 3 fielders converging on the ball. Someone would have gotten it, but just look at the amount of ground that he covered.
It shows the athleticism and the speed of Oswald once again. It also shows the communication of the Yankton defense, as Rugby, Drew, and Cody were all converging on that ball, and they listened to each other, potentially saving an error on a potential collision. Evan Haley up to the plate. He popped up to the pitcher in his first at-bat. Made a great play out in right field last half inning. The ball went up and out of play for a foul ball. Foul balls are brought to you by Midwest Insurance Agency. You don't want the crack of the bat to end the crack of your windshield and not have adequate insurance. Let Midwest Insurance. Find the right coverage for your vehicles. Another ball from Haley ends up back in the glove of the pitcher, Mark Cottle. He flips over to first. There's another out here in the bottom of inning number 5.
Nice work by Cottle, taking his time. Sometimes a pitcher can feel rushed when the ball's hit right back to him, and just takes a few steps off the mound. Nice throw over.
We're going to get a mound visit here. You know, it was a very good play, though, by Cottle on the mound. As you mentioned, pitchers can tend to rush in those situations. And obviously showing some discipline on the mound and just some calming presence from a young player. There's a mound visit taking place. Mound visits are brought to you by Hedro, one of Yankton's biggest and best employers. When you're ready for a break and looking for a new direction, visit job.hedro.com. We're going to get a pitching change here as Mark Cottle is going to come off the field. Pitching change is brought to you by Conklin Distributing. Time to rehydrate with Prime Hydration, the perfect combination of flavor and function, changing how you refresh, replenish, and refuel. With 5 awesome flavors and no added sugar, you're getting the taste you want without anything you don't. Prime Hydration, the perfect boost for every endeavor. That's going to do it for Mark Cottle on the mound. We'll have his stats when we come back from a quick 30-second break. We'll also take care of housekeeping, who's out on the mound for Yankton Post 12. Back in 30 seconds on KYNT, KYNTV.
As a proud community bank, Core Trust delivers more than just checking and savings accounts. We invest in the cities and towns where we live and work by volunteering to coach youth sports teams, supporting local charities and the arts with our time and resources. Whether we live in a rural town in South Dakota or a suburban city in Minnesota, it's a place we call home. Core Trust Bank. Raise your expectations.
Member FDIC.
Welcome back in here on KYNT, KYNTV. Christian Weir, the man on the mound, stepping in for Mark Cottle. Doesn't look like there's any other switches out in the field, so everybody else remains in place. This is Weir's first appearance for Yankton Post 12 this season. So he tries to shut down the 5th inning here with 2 down. Yankton leads 8-0. We're in the bottom half of the 5th. This is the semifinal matchup in the Kyle Mueller Classic. The winner of this will Advance to the championship, face Lincoln Southeast, J.C. Brager for the Kyle Mueller Classic Championship. Great weekend of baseball so far in this Classic.
So I think also what's happening is they want to, and I have no insight on the matter, but Coach Drew Lawrence may want to save a little bit of Mark Cottle's arm in case they need him in the championship game. They'd start planning ahead. And I will bet, I love doing this, Brayden, a Josh Bolter dollar that Drew Reichen will be throwing the championship game if everything holds true for the rest of this one.
Final stats for Mark Cottle on the mound. He only threw 44 pitches, so not the most taxing day on the mound. 4 2/3 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, no runs, and struck out 3 batters. Issued no walks either. First pitch from Weir is in there for strike 1. The 0-1 from Weir. That one taken down the third base line out of play in front of the EPJ dugout. 0-2 count now. Weir comes set, working out of the stretch. Foul tipped at the plate by Noah McDermott. McDermott only has one other at-bat in this game. He flew out to right field. I came back in the third inning. Oh-2 count. Weir comes set. He deals. Leaves that one low and away for ball 1.
No, Christian Weir, one of many usual Yankton Junior Legion players that are going to be very exciting to see them keep coming up into the ranks.
That one fouled off by McDermott. Something I've already noticed about Weir is he has more of a sidearm angle with his release. It's less over the top and more 3/4 to even all the way sidearm, depending on what exactly he wants to release that ball.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. It's definitely something different than what most hitters see, and I think that will help him throughout his career, and especially here today.
That one's in there. Strike 3. Christian Weir ends the 5th inning with a punch-out. Great way to shut it down for Weir. That answers the question we had over the break. The mercy rule is still in effect, and that will end it here. 8-0 after 5. Yankton, post-12, Legion Baseball advances to the championship game of the Kyle Mueller Classic. They will face J.C. Brager, team from Lincoln Southeast. Great game all around for Yankton. That's back-to-back 8-0 victories as well, leading them into this championship game. So a little bit of momentum going on. We'll come back with the Yankton Rexall post-game show in a couple of minutes. For Bryce Ladwig, I'm Brayden Butler. Back in a couple of minutes. KYNT, KYNTV.
Do you really think it's a good idea to buy insurance off the internet? After all, it is insurance. It's not a commodity like a toaster. It's a contract to protect what you value most: your home, your car, your business, your health, and even your life. You need a professional, in-person agent to make sure you have the right coverage to fit your family's needs. Schedule an appointment with us today. Missouri River Associates, 665-6885.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Don't gamble. Insure with MTRC Smith Insurance in Yankton, your independent agent for home, business, auto, life, and bonds. MTRCSmithInsurance.com.
Doctors Feeser, Slowey, and DeYoung are experts in prescribing eye drops that can replace reading glasses. These drops are a new technology that can change the size of your pupil for improved reading. They're convenient for anyone who wants freedom from reading glasses. Our doctors even use them. Call Vision Care Associates and schedule an appointment to see if this new technology is right for you.
Vision Care Associates, where the health of your eyes comes first.
You feel awful. Stuffy nose, then runny nose, the sniffles too. You don't know what to take to make yourself feel better. This is Michael with Yankton Rexall. When you feel under the weather, you want relief, but there are a lot of over-the-counter choices. Some may even interfere with daily medications you're taking. At Yankton Rexall, our staff is here to help you make the best choice for your health. Yankton Rexall, your hometown pharmacy since 1923, located in the Meridian District.
Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh combines the speedy service of a convenience store with the surprising selection of the fresh foods and ready-to-eat meals you expect from Hy-Vee. While you fill up your gas tank, you can grab grocery staples including fresh produce and fresh bakery items too, or grab fresh meals or snacks. There's something for everyone at Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh of Yankton.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
What's the best beverage to enjoy while rooting on your team? 1919 root beer, of course. 1919 is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. The unique recipe and these choice ingredients make 1919 the creamiest, full-bodied draft root beer available. Find it in 12 packs and single-serve cans at grocery, convenience stores, and restaurants. 1919 is alcohol-free and contains no caffeine, making it a beverage of choice at any time for anyone in the family.
And welcome back to the Yankton Rexall post-game show. Yankton moving on to the championship game of the Kyle Mueller Classic, day 3 here at Riverside Field. They will have a rematch, not only of earlier in this Classic, Brayden, with J.C. Brager out of Lincoln Southeast, but from the championship game last year versus Lincoln Southeast as well. And that'll be coming up here in about half an hour or so. So we'll have a shorter Yankton Rexall post-game show and then turn our attention back over to the Hy-Vee pregame show for the championship.
Now, you can call this a revenge game, to say the least. The only loss in this year's Kyle Mueller Classic for Yankton is to J.C. Brager in pool play, and obviously trying to avenge the loss in the title game last year.
Stat recap brought to you by Colligan. Rent a Colligan water system for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. To schedule your free in-home water test and consultation, visit ColliganYankton.com. We'll start with the line score. Yankton struck first with 1 run in the top of the second, then added 2 more in the top of the third, and then 5 in the top of the fifth for the 8-0 run rule. 9 total hits for Yankton, 2 for Elk Point Jefferson, and 3 errors in Elk Point Jefferson as well, which did contribute to quite a few runs later on in the game. Pitching for Elk Point Jefferson, Keaton Gale started things off, 4 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And then Hunter Gary came in with 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, 2 runs in his line. Gale takes the loss. And then for pitching for Yankton was Mark Cottle. Really nice day on the mound for him. 4 2/3, just 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. And then Christian Weir came in relief for pitched 1/3 of an inning, and that out was a strikeout for him. So congratulations to him for his post-12 Legion baseball debut and getting a big strikeout in that situation. Mark Cottle takes the win. And then for hitting for Elk Point Jefferson, Trometer had a hit, 1 for 2 at the plate, and then Gale 1 for 2, and then no RBIs clearly. And then for Yankton, we'll run through this here. Mac Reichen was 0 for 3. Rugby Reichen 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 1 RBI. Lucas Kamshoff 2 for 3, 1 run, 2 RBIs. Matthew Sheldon 2 for 3, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Drew Reichen 0 for 3. Cody Oswald 0 for 2, but did score a run and had an RBI and a sack. And then Jason McCorkle 1 for 2 and drew a walk. And Josh Sheldon 0 for 3. Isaiah Skalhas 2 for 2, 2 runs scored. And courtesy runner Cooper Grotenheis came in as well. And that was just a good day for Yankton overall. We'll turn our attention over to the awards of the game, and I'll hand it over to Brayden Butler. But that was your stat recap from Colligan.
Yeah, we'll start with your offensive player of the game, brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Obviously, going over those stats, Bryce, a lot of players had good days at the plate, but your offensive player of the game is going to be Matthew Sheldon. 2 for 3 on the day, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. No strikeouts either at the plate. It was a good day all around for Matthew Sheldon as he adds to his team-leading total of RBIs. He's now at 7 on the season. Your defensive player of the game brought to you by Olson Pest Technicians, your resident and commercial pest control solutions. Call 1-800-KIL-BUGS. It was a good day in the outfield. A lot of fly balls that ended up in the outfield ended up in gloves. Cody Oswald and Isaiah Skelhaus both had multiple putouts in the outfield on fly balls. Rugby Reichen had one as well. We're going to give your defensive player of the game this time, though, to Isaiah Skelhaus out in right field. Made a big grab in the first inning, second out of the game, that kind of helped set the tone for Yankton in that 1-2-3 first inning, and then also came back with a couple more later in the game, catching these flyouts. So Isaiah Skelhaus out in right field, your defensive player of the game. All around good day today for the Yankton Post 12 team, especially for Isaiah Skelhaus and Matthew Sheldon, your defensive and offensive players of the game for Game 1.
All right, thank you, Brayden. And that'll pretty much wrap up the Yankton Rexall post-game show, as we're kind of treating this a semi-individual game, double-header in a weird way, because usually we don't have this much time between games. But we're getting it figured out as we roll along. That will do it for the Yankton Rexall post-game show, your Hy-Vee pregame show around the corner here on KYNT and KYNTV. Reminder to the KYNTV viewers, there will be a new broadcast started, so you might have to exit your YouTube or however you're taking the game in and find the new game here momentarily. We'll be back here at Riverside Field.
Gift cards are great things to give as gifts. But when someone tells you you need to use a gift card to pay for something you owe, like utilities, taxes,